And we'll get going because it's after 6 and people will join if they want to. Welcome.
Okay.
I'm super excited. This is the first of the fall series of the evening education series that I host every Wednesday night at 6. I think I'll keep it at 6 because then it's a little easier for people farther east to attend. 6:30 gets a little late in the evening for them because that's 9:30 if they're on the East Coast. But welcome. My name is Chris Razima, and if you're watching this later, I am the host of most of these evening education series, and we pick a topic every week that has something to do with our overall wellness, and we dive into what we can do to support our bodies in whatever way they need to be supported. Think about just a little bit about me. I am a two-time heart attack survivor. I had heart attacks in my 50s, 100% related to the amount of stress I was under at work. And the second one was pretty significant and really forced me to really dig deep and figure out how I was going to better listen to my body tell me what it needed and then actually do what I needed to do to get healthier over time. Because of my heart attacks, I was not able to go back to work. And luckily, I found Young Living, which filled a bunch of roles for me. First of all, it helped me figure out how to relax. How to actually relax. I was very type A workaholic kind of person. And what I thought was relaxing wasn't really relaxing, wasn't giving my body that time to heal. And it also gave me a way to help other women find what their path to wellness was. So, super excited to be offering these classes as part of my heart mission to do that. Tonight, we're going to talk about a brand new product at Young Living that directly talks to women at every stage of our hormonal life, whether it's PMS when you have your periods, perimenopause when you have it and you don't have it, and then you have it again, and then you don't have it again, and then menopause and postmenopause. And that can be all of these hormonal periods in a woman's life can be very challenging in terms of what happens to our bodies and to our brains and just what happens to our sense of self when we aren't really sure what's going on or what to do about it. And one of the biggest things that I've heard from women is I didn't know how off I felt until I wasn't feeling off anymore. This seems to be a very common thing. Because it happens so gradually and naturally over our lives, we just take it for granted that this is what it is. And it doesn't have to be. And I don't know, have you, Jenny, ever felt like your hormones are kind of running the show, and that you don't really know what's going on and why you're feeling the way you're feeling?
Oh, many times.
Yeah. Um, there are so many women who just push through. I think most women, we just have these things and push through. If you go to the doctor about this, up until very recently, you weren't really taken that seriously. You were given antidepressants and told to, go home and, have a spa day. And it really isn't about that. Um, Feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or really unlike yourself isn't something you have to accept. We can actually feel good in our bones and in our skin, um, and have the things that are bothering us actually addressed. I have had seasons where stress and hormonal imbalance left me so drained and struggling. And the weirdest thing about feeling drained is not only are you exhausted, but you can't sleep. And it's just that thing that's a vicious circle. And so that's why this particular topic is so close to my heart. I am so passionate about this. And so what I want to do right now is let's talk about your experience. Um, Here's the big question. How do you experience hormonal imbalance? Do you get brain fog,
Oh yeah.
weight gain,
Oh yeah.
body stiffness,
Yes.
moodiness?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my husband.
I can say moodiness, hands up. Low libido, hands up. Low mood, hands up. Low energy and fatigue.
Yes.
Um, these are the most common um, complaints that women with hormonal imbalance will tell me. And in research studies, these are the things that they complain about the most. They're quite distressing individually, but you start layering them on top of each other, and it's really very difficult. So the question is, um, what to do about them and how do we do that? So we got PMS, perimenopause, and menopause. How can one thing address all of those? Well, um, this is what I'm going to talk about later, the daily hormone essentials. This is what sets it apart. This supplement addresses issues in all of those. Unlike other products out there that would address one or the other uh, uh, situation for women, this supports all three phases. It's also plant-based and vegan and gluten-free, and actually super convenient and easy. Because what we know and what I know from talking to women is that consistency is difficult in a busy woman's life. I forget is probably the biggest reason women give me for not continuing on a supplement or a weight loss program is just I forget to take it. So let's imagine for a minute what our world would look like if our hormones were more predictable and balanced. So let's talk a minute about the daily life impact. Because when our hormones are out of balance, it shows up in every single part of our lives. And there is three specific hormones that we're going to talk about tonight. Estrogen, which is our feminizing um, hormone, which is central to reproductive health and overall well-being, but is also key to things like um, uh, tendon flexibility, heart health, brain health, lots of things that you wouldn't normally associate estrogen with. Then there's progesterone, which is a calming hormone, which helps promote relaxation and sleep quality and also a sense of well-being. And then there's cortisol, which is our stress hormone. And it impacts our energy levels, our immune function, our stress response, our cardiovascular system, our detox system, every system. And cortisol is what's released when we are under stress. And when we are under chronic stress, cortisol becomes a problem. And so maybe you find yourself snapping at loved ones without meaning to, or sleep feels impossible, or your energy just never comes back no matter what you try, or maybe you've just lost your motivation, your spark. All of these things can be linked to imbalances in these hormones. And it affects us, it affects our families, our relationships, our work, really has quite a ripple effect. Um, so when we can get these things balanced, we can start to thrive. And when we thrive, everyone around us thrives. So which area of your life do you think, Jenny, is most impacted right now? Your relationships, your work, how you feel about yourself. What do you think from those symptoms is what area of your life does it most impact?
Probably how I'm feeling about myself, my energy levels, and what I'm just physically able to do.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because we are all women really are doers. Like we like to I talk to women, I'm like, so what's going on? And they're like, I have too much to do. And I'm like, well, you could take some things off your list. No, no, I don't want to take things off my list. I want to do all the things on my list. So we like to do those things on our list, but we have these energy level issues, and so we start to not feel good about ourselves. And so there's a perfect storm when estrogen and progesterone decline and cortisol rises. This is where we get some pretty big effects, because the decline of the progesterone and estrogen and the increase of cortisol amplifies your symptoms. It makes your symptoms worse. It impacts your overall health and your quality of life pretty significantly. Severe mood swings, significant sleep disruption, accelerated aging, increased disease risk, and reduced quality of life. All of these things can happen when you get that imbalance and that shifting of levels in you. And so the cascade of changes actually really shows how we need to look for holistic support around these things. And addressing all three hormones, progesterone, estrogen, and cortisol, is really key to restoring balance and well-being. And that's what is so amazing about this product that I'm going to talk about. It is one plant-based solution for all three stages of hormonal health. So girls who have just started their period, right through to women my age, I'll be 60 this year, and I've been postmenopausal for quite a while. Um, that it's good for all of us. So I'm loving that. Hi, Diana. How are you?
Oh, trying to text. Sorry,
No, it's
I'm
okay. It's
late.
okay. I'm taping it so you can catch up on the pieces that we that we have covered. I've just talked about here. I'm just going to go back a little bit here because I want you to see one thing. I want you to see this. So we're talking about the three hormones that are most key to women, estrogen, progesterone, and cortisol. And when those three are not balanced, when progesterone and estrogen decline, um, or are unbalanced, and cortisol rises, so you've got too much stress, it's a perfect storm for combined severe effects: mood swings, sleep disruption, aging, disease risk, and quality and reduced quality of life. So that's what we're talking about now. And I'm introducing this new product that Young Living has rolled out in July this year called Daily Hormone Essentials. And it's a balancing supplement. It is hormone free, plant based, and the components in it are all highly clinically studied for effectiveness, which is what I love. Um, it brings together a clinically studied herbal complex that includes things like giant red angelica silk plant and fireweed, and plants traditionally known to support circulation, calm and balanced mood. And then they add to that some adaptogens that help regulate stress response and support your mood and encourage a healthy hormone balance. But then, of course, Young Living takes it that one step further and adds a bunch of essential oils that all have a deep, deep history of supporting women's mental and emotional health and grounding. So then they add a new product that they have patents pending on called Deep Spectra frankincense. And Deep Spectra frankincense has gone through a very interesting extraction process to get more of the components out of the frankincense. And it's in there because it helps the body absorb all the other ingredients better. So that is the key thing. So all these ingredients together, we're going to go through them individually, but they provide a great foundation for supporting women in every stage of life. Have you ever heard of any of these ingredients before?
Frankincense, yes.
Cool. Okay, well, we're going to talk in depth about them right now. So the first one we're going to talk about is a combination of things called Estrogen 100. And you see the QR code there. That is a link to some research studies about this particular combination of ingredients. This is a clinically studied combination blend of three traditional herbs used for centuries in Asian healthcare: giant red angelica, silk plant root, which is Phlomis umbrosa, and then fireweed or dog strangling vine. Those are the three ingredients in this Estro G100 compound. And for generations in Korea and China, these have been used for women's health. So that's where all of these studies come from. It's from Asia. And what's amazing is that modern science has confirmed what these ancient medical uses have known for centuries, that these plants truly do support balanced hormones. The studies that we used for this presentation show a reduction in hot flashes by 62%, improved sleep quality, reduced night sweats by 51%, and super important, supporting bone health during hormonal um, transition, because our bones take a real hit too when our estrogen starts to dip. In fact, a 12-week study of this Estrogen 100 set saw significant improvements even in things like vaginal dryness. Um, and it's only been the last couple of decades that standardized studies have been done on this, but for hundreds of years, it has been used for women in traditional Chinese medicine and Asian medicine. So when we talk about Daily Hormone Essentials, the supplement that um, Young Living has put together, Ester G100 is at the heart of why it works. Okay. It's about restoring balance and vitality in a way that honors your body's regular natural rhythms. Um, and here's some details about the specific plants. So Phlomis umbrosa helps regulate body temperature, and that's how it reduces hot flashes. And the Synachum wilfordi supports hormonal balance and mood regulation, whereas the Angelica contains compounds that mimic estrogen activity naturally. So there's a little bit of pseudo estrogen activity going on there with that. But that's not all the ingredients in this. This is like less than 2 ounces, and it is full of things. The next thing that's in it is maca root, which is a hormonal adaptogen. It comes from the high Andes in the mountains of Peru, where it's been cultivated for thousands of years. It's often called Peruvian ginseng, so you might hear it called that. I hear it called maca root mostly. It is well known for boosting stamina, vitality, and resilience. And traditionally, in the Andes, it was used by Incan warriors before battle for energy and endurance, and by women to support fertility and overall reproductive health. It balances reproductive hormones. It has glucosinates, phenolates that help with hormone regulation. It supports energy and libido. Um, and so why is it valuable in a hormone balancing formula? Well, because it's an adaptogen. And adaptogens, I've done some reading lately, they're amazing. They are plants that don't push your body in one direction. They actually just help your body adapt to stress and restore balance. So instead of giving you estrogen or progesterone, maca root works with your own endocrine system to help smooth out the highs and lows of that. And it means that it can help reduce hormone related symptoms like fatigue and mood swings and brain fog by and also improving overall energy and resilience because it's working on the balance in your body. And it's interesting because it doesn't actually just target one hormone. It supports the whole hormonal system. It supports your adrenal glands, which is what is under pressure when you're under stress, your thyroid gland, your reproductive hormones. It's kind of like a gentle stabilizer, if you think of it that way, which helps your body come back to center no matter which way you're fluctuating. Oh, Diana, you're drawing on the screen. That's cool. I never seen that before. That's awesome. And then there's deep spectra frankincense. We talked about that briefly. It helps with hormonal balance. Frankincense has been used for eons for health, for skin health, for regular health, for infection control. It is one of those ancient oils. This is a type of frankincense that has been through a secondary processing to get even more of the components out of the raw materials. So it's really strong in inflammation management, which is, I think, maybe partially why my hips don't ache so much. It helps with hormonal balance support, but mainly it's in there because it helps everything else absorb so much better into your body. That is the key. And we'll talk about some of the other oils that are in there in a minute, but essential oils help um, other ingredients absorb better into your cells because essential oils can pass the cell coating. Cells are surrounded by a fat layer, a lipid layer, and essential oils can go through that lipid layer and go directly into the cell, which is why Young Living uses it in every single supplement that it has, which is what sets Young Living apart from every other supplement out on the market. The next ingredient that's in this fabulous little package is ashwagandha, which is your stress adaptation uh, herb because it helps with cortisol reduction. It has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for over 3,000 years, and it is known for bringing resilience and vitality. It's been used traditionally to restore energy and improve your sleep and help your body handle stress. And if you remember when we went back to that slide with the perfect storm, the cortisol that is released by your adrenal glands when you are under stress makes all of the symptoms of your fluctuating hormone, your fluctuating estrogen and progesterone, so much worse. Um, when your cortisol is chronically high from things like busy schedules, emotional stress, the world in general, lack of sleep, it throws everything else off. My heart attacks were 100% stress induced by far too much cortisol in my body. It can throw off your blood sugar. It can throw off your thyroid function. And that's when you start to see things like weight gain around your middle, poor sleep, mood swings, and that constant tired but wired feeling. You know, you're so tired, but you just can't sleep. And it works by calming the body's stress response down, which helps lower and stabilize your cortisol levels, which in turns gives your hormones a chance to come back into balance. It's kind of like giving your body permission to step out of the fight or flight and into rest and recovery mode. And even modern research is now showing that ashwagandha can help improve sleep quality, thyroid health, reduce anxiety, and it's super gentle, but it works deeply to restore your equilibrium. In the context of PMS, perimenopause, or menopause, it means fewer crashes, steadier moods, and more resilience in the face of stress, which is amazing, I think. No, I'm just going to check. I got some chats here. Diana, you're funny. Don't have to apologize, my friend. Um, okay, so that is ashwagandha. Now let's go to the next ingredient, which is something called chasteberry. It is an amazing ingredient. It's the it also has a long history in women's health. In fact, it's been used for centuries in Europe and the Mediterranean to support reproductive health. So now we have Mediterranean, we have the Middle East, and we have Asia. All of these ancient medicines coming together in this one package. And why is it important? Well, unlike some herbs that act directly like estrogen, chasteberry actually works a lot more subtly. It helps to regulate our pituitary gland, which is the command center for many of our hormones. Um, and the pituitary gland signals to our ovaries how much estrogen and progesterone to produce. And when that communication gets out of sync, we often see PMS symptoms, irregular cycles, breast tenderness, and mood swings. It helps restore the rhythm by supporting progesterone levels in relation to estrogen. And it's the balance between progesterone and estrogen that's what causes PMS. Um, and even if you are in perimenopause or menopause, you still have some small amounts of these hormones, and you want to balance them as best as possible and use them to the best of your ability. So chasteberry can significantly reduce symptoms like irritability and bloating and breast tenderness and PMS, but it also can help regulate your cycles. And very, very good for women who have cycles to have chasteberry in their diet. Um, even even now in menopause in postmenopause, it's important to support progesterone. You have small amounts of this because that's what helps me sleep. So the last thing that is in this is essential oil uh, options. So there's clary sage, lavender, ylang ylang, davana, and fennel, all of which have balancing, calming, grounding amount impacts on our hormonal system. I actually use clary sage as a natural deodorant because if you put it in your armpits, that's where all of your lymph glands, well, the majority of your lymph glands are, and you can flood your system with clary sage by doing that. And it actually helps to balance out whatever hormones you've got. And lavender is a fabulous stress reducer, and fennel and ylang ylang are grounding, and they also help pick up the ashwagandha, the chasteberry, the maca root, and bring it into your cells. So they help you absorb all the other um, ingredients better outside of even their impact on your hormonal levels. So the biggest thing about this is it helps you adapt to everyday stress and give you a natural sense of energy and balance. And when Young Living was developing this, they did a 30-day in-house clinical trial. So they had a bunch of people, they sent out the product and they did a clinical trial on it. By day 15, so 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks, 80% of the participants experienced some or significant improvement in perimenopausal symptoms. By day 30, 85% experienced significant or some improvement in perimenopausal symptoms. And the symptoms with the most common improvements were energy, sleep quality, mood, libido, and hot flashes in that order. So outside of all of the clinical studies and research studies on the individual ingredients, Young Living did it on the combination of them, and this was the study. This was the results of that study. So it's hormone free. It supports a healthy energy and promotes good mood. There is no added sugar. It supports mental clarity, memory health. It supports good cognitive function. So if you're struggling with brain fog or short-term memory issues, it's going to help support that. It provides comfort through night sweats, hot flashes, insomnia, and fatigue. And it is so hormone free, uh, no added sugar, and I think it was, I'm not sure if it was vegan or not. I have to check. But the things from the 30 days were better mood and energy, balanced cortisol and restful sleep, more comfort through hot flashes and night sweats, and mental clarity. So it is amazing balancing supplement that comes in a basically just a little under 2 ounce package. You take it once a day, and that's all you have to remember. So it's also very, very simple. Oh, it's hormone free. That's the other thing. There are no actual hormones in it. So if you are on hormone replacement therapy, this is still fine. Um, it doesn't have the side effects of traditional hormone therapy either. So that is the um, information on the daily hormone essentials. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it says it's vanilla flavor. I think it tastes more like caramel. And how I've been doing it is two ways. Either I put it in with my Ningxia Red in the morning and drink it like that, or I put it into a cup. Oh, didn't get it open very well. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I gotta take some scissors. It's the first time that that's happened. There we go. So it's not a lot to take in a day. I fill that up with hot water in the morning and I have it like tea. It's delicious tea, but it does taste very caramely. It looks actually kind of like caramel, kind of the color of caramel. Mm. But it's very easy also just to take it as a shot. And it's quite delicious, I think. Mm. Like I said, I sometimes put it in my Ningxia Red in the morning just so that I've got everything done by the day. And then you're done. And you can go on with your day. You have one a day. Super simple. Um, comes in a box of 30 packets, so enough for a month. Um, we get it from the US store because it takes Health Canada forever to get things through their system. But you get 30 packets like that in a box. And it is one of those things where I think after 30 days, I've been on it for probably 15, 16, 17 days now. I can't quite remember exactly. When, like I was saying to Jenny earlier, Dana, what I'm finding is that when I go to get up out of a chair, my hips aren't stiff. I don't have to, kind of hobble to get moving. And so I'm interested to see if that continues to stay that way or if it gets better or what. But I'm finding that I am a little more flexible in terms of movement, which I'm really liking. I know you already have um, Young Living memberships, so it's super easy. Jenny, you just order it directly from the US store and it comes shipping straight to you. Diana, you order it NFR, and again, it comes straight to you. And that's the class. I also have a couple of recorded sessions on other hormone aspects on menopause. I think one of them is uh, menopause doesn't have to be miserable. So I do have recorded classes. If you're interested in those, let me know and I will send you a link. On my website, there's actually a link on the main page on my website to check out the recorded classes. Any questions?
It doesn't have any of the berry in it.
No berry.
Okay.
None of the berry. Nope. Nope. It has none of that. Uh, and it's sweetened with Reb M, which is a fermented form of stevia. So there's no sugar in it. Won't spike your blood sugar. There is no wolfberry in it at all. And it's quite delicious actually. Might be a good option for you, Jenny, because you can't take the Ningxia. Hmm. Any questions, Diana?
Hi.
Okay, no, that's
Sorry,
good.
I was pretty sure I had myself muted and the hounds were going crazy, and then I was trying to freaking find out that I was, and then I ended up screwing around, and
That's
then
okay.
somehow I lost my chat, so I couldn't text in to make sure that everything was okay, and then
I
I was
can mute.
gone
I
on the
can mute
screen.
you. It's okay.
It, yeah, no, well, I think I was, and then I'm
You
like,
were.
maybe I fucked them up. Anyways, no, it looks really good. It sounds really good. I'm waiting to hear back to see my hormone lady
Yeah.
again.
Dr.
'Cause-
Rogers?
Yes, yeah, Tracy, yeah, because I want more stickers. I
Yeah.
want more stickers.
Yeah.
I'm just on 50s right now, and I'm like, no, Tracy, I need more.
Yeah. Well,
And
what I have heard about this is how this works is that as we go through menopause, as we go through perimenopause and menopause,
I'm in
um,
Menno, not Perry.
yeah, but what I've
Yeah.
heard is that it's not just about the reduction in production of these hormones, is
No,
that our receptors get
yeah,
blocked. So
yeah,
we don't actually even use all that we have.
all that we have. Yeah,
And that's what
it's
this
like
does.
your body forgets how to use what it's got,
Yep. And
right?
this helps open up those receptors so that
Yeah.
the estrogen that you've got can get to where it needs to get to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm waiting to talk to her. I'm fairly happy with the amount of progesterone I've got right now. If she wants to throw me some more, I'm in. But but yeah, I'm looking to add to it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because oh, dogs. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Hounds, pardon the hounds. Yeah, so that's why I was making sure I was muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for more of
Good.
it, just to even stuff out. I'm aiming for some I guess consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency would be great.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, yeah, yes, for all of us.
Um,
I
I
think
agree.
consistency would be great. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I just found out I get to have the house appraised on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Oh yay! And
Yay.
I still have boxes in the house. Yay!
They don't care about that.
Oh well, if you saw the yard,
All
I
right.
got my
Well,
work cut out for me.
that is the class for tonight. If there aren't any other questions, I will wish you all a good evening and post the link to this up in the Facebook group and then on the website. But
Perfect.
let me know if you have any more questions. And if you need any more information, there is a great, I have access to a very, very good product information page. It's 3 pages of information about this product. If you'd like a copy of that, let me know and I can send you the address to print it out.
I want to say that I used to use Maca to help with the ADHD.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not 100% sure if that's what it was for, but I know that when I was like working for NMAX and bodybuilding and stuff,
Yeah.
that I used to take a lot of sups, and I know Maca was one of them.
There you go.
And I think it might have been the ADHD, but I can't remember now.
Yeah. Well, it is
Who
the
knows?
one. It is the one that the Incan soldiers used for
Yeah.
vitality and strength. So doesn't
Well, good
surprise
for
me.
them.
Yep.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for those guys, those soldiers. I was a soldier too. Sure. Whatever.
Exactly. All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Sorry I was late. I
Oh,
apologize to
hey,
everybody.
that's okay. That's
It
okay.
was,
I'm
it
thankful
was
that you came. It's nice to see you both. And next week, I'm talking all things liver love.
oh
So
shit.
come on back. I know, right? The whole body cleanse is you got to come back and find out about that. I'm loving it.
Mhm.
My puffy ankles are loving it.
Me and my liver are at odds most of the time,
There you
but
go.
we're working on that too. Thanks, ladies. Have
See
a
you
wonderful
soon.
evening. Cheers, honey.
Bye,
Bye.
Jenny.